All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Big Ambitions. Hope you're having a great day today. Let's go check out our clothing factory one more time so you can see what I've been up to, because we still have a little bit more to do in here, but it's mostly taken care of now. So everything is running, and what you got to do to try to figure out how many output stations you have really is just to factor in the idea that an output station is capable of moving one product per minute. Okay? Just try that out. And so for every 10 sewing machines I have, I need an output station. Okay. So over here on this side, I've redone some things. You can see there's a lot of material here. And it's mostly... I'm trying to figure out exactly why it's not... Oh, because it's all clogged here. He's not moving. Okay, hold on. This guy's not moving. We need to figure out why he's not. So apparently from this position, he's blocked. And I'm not sure why that is the case, but he might be blocked there. So let's put that there. We'll stick one of these here, and then we'll turn it back on and see what happens. Can he move this now? I don't know why he's coming up as blocked here. I'm kind of drawing a blank here. I can't get over there. Which he should be able to move and manage things with this other shelf over here, but that's just not happening. Interesting. I'm going to move it over one spot. So we're going to try to put it, well, we're going to put it here instead. See if that makes any difference. I don't know. And then we'll go ahead, and from this point, we'll go ahead and have you turned that way. Turn it back on. And still no movement from this guy. So that's interesting. He should be able to... I think today is going to fix this anyway. So I wanted to talk about the next steps here. So what we have is a space for 12 of these laser cutters. To keep the correct ratio of them, we need 18 sewing machines going for these 12. That keeps our 3-to-2 ratio. Because it's 10 minutes for each laser cutter and 15 minutes for the industrial sewing machine. So 3-to-2. So what we want to do is have 18 of these. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a little bit different spacing to try to get this to where this belt now feeds this direction to an output station. Just for whatever reason, I can't get him to do it. I think it might have something to do with this thing being here. This can't go all the way over there, but it's possible that because this is up against the wall here and there's not enough space to go around it, that could be part of it. So, but I wanted to change where things are today anyway, so this might be okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 2 additional sewing machines that need hooked up to this system to complete things like this. Now, I could alternatively just simply have 11 laser cutters and then it doesn't matter, right? We're fine then. But I'd like to get it all in there. I have a little bit of space left over here if I really arrange things a little bit. And the problem I'm going to have now, though, is that the raw resources for that, for whatever reason, that's not going either, which is... oh, I see. Right. There's no reason for this to exist. We can move this around. Good. I have an extra belt. Yeah, because this is where it changes points, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sewing machines for one of these equals the result I'm looking for. I just, for whatever reason, cannot get this guy to like where he is. Let's try it here. Okay. There clearly needs to be some kind of change to his positioning. I don't exactly know what it is, but there needs to be a change to his positioning. And it may actually be this whole, like, I can't get out of here thing. It's possible that it's that. Maybe he wants to deliver to these shelves and he can't access them, even though he has shelves of his own. That might be the case. So what we're going to do is fix that problem today anyway. We are going to shift this whole thing, either one space this way or one space this way. I don't care. We're then going to change the position of the input station. And I think I was going to put that over here, which will fix that problem entirely. And it's going to have a splitter here. I need another splitter to branch off this area here so I can get these other 2 machines to work here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is now feeding this machine. There's capacity for more here. And that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to put more into this machine if I could. So we're going to move this over here next to it, and then we'll feed these two into that, and that'll be 8. And over here, and then this way. Now, I don't know if this really has done anything for me, but I was hoping that this would alleviate this problem. Like that. So now it feeds from here and goes around, and the hope is we can move through this now. So what I can do is I'll take these shelves, and we're just going to spread them out over on this side now. And again, trying to just get it to where these guys can walk around them a little bit better. Maybe we'll move this over slightly. About like this, maybe. They need to be able to drop things off at them. So maybe we'll move you just a little bit more like that direction. All right, now, does that fix the problem with this dude? Yes, it does. He can move now. Perfect. Okay, so everything flows the way it should now. And we can start designing the other part of this factory, knowing that what is here currently does in fact work. I'm gonna have to have enough for the import. Let's do one more laser cutting machine for now, and we'll have that order happen. It's $400,000-ish dollars. Let's just bring it up to 400,000 pretty much. Okay, we'll do that, and that's gonna allow us to connect these, and we're gonna route this from a splitter on this side. So we need to move this stuff over in order for that to actually happen. So what I want to do is we're gonna cut that offline really quick. Let's move this out of the way. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take... Oh, he's occupied. Of course it is. All right, hang on. Are you occupied now? Cool. So I need to scoot it over just a little bit here. I need to go half a tile over. All right, and I need everything to shift a half a tile because that allows me to put a splitter here and then connect it to everything else. So everything here is going to shift over by half a tile, and I'm tempted to go that way with it. Because if I do that, then I get more space over here back. So I actually think I'm going to go the other way. Yes, I think I'm going to go the other way. So we'll shift everything over from here. We'll shift everything over one tile. So we'll start here, and we'll just do this. And it's all just one, not a full tile. I guess it's a half tile, right? Because we're trying to get it from being on the solids to being on the dash lines. Okay, I shifted everything like I needed to, and I also moved these laser cutters just a little bit closer to this belt. So it's a bit more compact now. And what that's allowed me to do is allow me to place a splitter right here. So now we have a splitter here, and then that splitter feeds this belt because it has to switch back to being on the same side, the same plane, right? Solid lines or whatever, right? But now it lets me do this. Now I can take this little branch right here. I can branch off and bring this out for these two sewing machines here out in this area, which is great. The one downside of doing this, as you may be able to tell, is that I do not have enough room now for all of the laser cutters that I had planned. I only have enough room for these 10 because of the splitter. Normally that would be here. But the splitter kind of messes with that. So instead of having something here ready to go, the splitter is going to mess with that, and I can't do much about it. So what I can do now is I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to wait for everything to kind of cool down really quick here, and then I'm going to go into my interior designer, and we're going to shift everything this way now. One whole tile, just to open up that space. So we're going to go one whole tile here. And this is going to be fine. It will still allow us to walk through this gap. We can still walk through this gap. I can also move this shelf anywhere I want, really, to ensure that that gap stays accessible. So I could like go like that, for example, and just get that shelf out of the way. Yeah, all of that still works. So we're going to slide everything now one tile this way. Could probably get away with 2 tiles this way, not at this point, because that's even more open without the shelf there. So I might be able to get away with 2, which would make things a little easier, wouldn't it? No, I can't get away with that because this is over here. Yes, that's peculiar. Yeah, one whole tile over. Huh. That's weird. Now I can't place that there. Even though it was already there before, it's still now it won't let me place it there. That's pretty wild. I was getting away with something, guys. Maybe it'll let me get away with it again. We'll see. Let's move it this way, and yeah, I'd like to move it 2 spaces, but I have to make sure I can walk between this. So let me just move this over here and make sure that we can walk through here so it doesn't mess up the character over on that side. And go. Let's make sure we can walk this so we can get through here. If my character can do it, they can do it. And that's very easy to pass through. Okay, we can definitely do it. So we're going to take you, put you over here, and then I should be able to go 1, 2, 1, 2. I should be able to, yeah, now it lets me do that. So if you place the laser second, you get to place it where you want it. Okay, so I've moved everything over a little bit. People can still move around. People can still walk behind here and everything. So it's passable. And what this does is it opens up 1 extra tile for us to be able to place this in. And now I just need one of these little conveyor belts to go ahead and complete that. And so now this one can eject. So we'll have another one there. And we'll be able to have a machine that's, it's not going to be quite lined up, but it will have a machine right here. And that will work on this side pretty well. And then this side here can do the same thing. We'll have to just scoot it back a little bit, but it can do the same thing now. Okay, so after I get the shipment, I think I'm going to let this go the way it is for now. And we can optimize this and actually finalize the design today. But I need more money, and I need to also make sure that the money I'm spending, like on the $280,000 laser cutters, doesn't get in the way of our imports. And purchasing agent, we have no clothing coming in. I have stopped the cheap clothing imports, so that's going to save us a bunch of money here with a United Ocean import. That's going to save us a bunch of money there. So we have 467 and then 246, and then so there's less than $1 million worth of imports here, and that's great. It's very good news because I have more money to spend on the laser cutters. And then what we're going to do is as soon as I've got all that done is I can then switch to the inventory. You know what? Why don't I just leave this here? I'm just going to leave this van here. This van is going to stay in this factory. I probably could just put it in the factory, but this is free parking anyway. And even though it's slightly over the sidewalk, it's fine. We are going to go... do we go to my apartment for this? Or... yeah, I think we do. I think we're going to go to my apartment for this. And then I can go in and I can swap out in the clothing store on another day. I can swap out that stuff and make sure that we're... this is going to be good, yeah. I'm pretty sure we'll have enough for the imports here. We'll probably pay pretty heavily with the negative interest rate. Will probably hit me pretty hard here. Let's find out. Oh, it's Sunday. I'm not paying attention to what day it is. Oh, what a goof. All right, well, in that case, we can definitely do this because I know that we're going to have enough money for the imports. So we're going to go back over to the factory store. I'm going to grab all the laser cutters that I need. That's like $600,000 worth of stuff. And I'm actually just going to take my Hansa Mimic. Why not? Take the Hansa Mimic over to the factory store. We're going to grab the laser cutters that we need, get them in place. And then we'll take a look with the... there's a delivery coming too, remember. We have 1 laser cutter coming there. So we need 2 more, I think. Yeah, 2 more. So that we're going to buy ourselves. And then we're getting belts and pallet shelves and stuff too to help with storage. So that stuff's already going to come in. But I'm going to buy 2 additional laser cutters in my Hansa Mimic. All right, hopefully this is the last thing we need to have this factory work as intended. So let's just pull this in, I guess. We're going to see the laser cutting machines are in here. We're going to go ahead and get those in place. We're going to stop that right there. We got another one that's over there. Let's go ahead and get this place too. It comes over like this. Yep. And then the final one we have, let's not do that. The final laser cutter is actually in the recent delivery. So let's actually just get one of these flatbeds. There we go. Nope, that's not it. There we go. And we'll go ahead and bring these conveyor belts. I bought 4 more because why not? Whatever. We're going to bring this over somewhere where it's guaranteed not in the way. Probably, you know what? Let's unpack it right here. It's fine. I might be in the way, but we're going to unpack it right there. All right, so we'll get these on the ground, on the floor, on the whatever. There we go. And then we're also going to need one more for this other laser cutter. So let's grab that laser cutter really quick right here. And we're going to place this there. Now, to get it configured properly, I'm going to come over here and we're going to go expensive, classic. And this one is expensive, classic, and expensive, classic. There we go. Okay. All of the laser cutters that were planned are in place. They're looking good with just a slight pullback here. Just because of that little caution sign, I can't put it there. And then now we need to bring this over. Okay. We have some other belts right here on this side. So let's go ahead and grab some of these belts. No, not just the one at a time. I want all of them, please. There we go. Grab all of these. And we're going to want to get them down. Let me get this unpacked so you don't have the sound cutting in and out. All right, so let's go ahead and get our interior design mode on. So what we want to do is we want to bring this out to about here is actually fine. We're going to place the splitter, and then I need my sewing machines to be put in place too. So sewing machines are going to go, it doesn't really matter exactly where they go. So they just need to be in a position where we can work with them. This is fine right here. So we'll just do this. And in fact, if I wanted to make it even more condensed, I could just bring them back further, but this is fine the way it is. We'll go ahead and slap that there. And then we need one of these there and one of these there. Now, whether or not they're lined up correctly is entirely dependent on how this grid goes, but I want this to be pulled back here. Okay, is kind of where my idea is here. So we're going to go ahead and accept those changes, close this down, go ahead and grab this. And we're just going to bring this back. I need to make sure it's lined up with this grid. So we're going to bring it back and then go 1, 2. That should work. I think it's in half steps, right? So yeah, 1, 2, and then over 1. That should work. I believe that will work. Okay, so let's bring this there, bring this there, bring this here, and then we're going to have you go there like that. And then you are going to go straight in here, here, and here. Perfect. That means that you can just be fed directly like that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our completed factory. We have extra stuff, and that's okay. I can bring the extra stuff to another warehouse, another factory. I can just pack up that stuff over time and go. Let's go ahead and turn it on, and everything should flow now, with the exception of these two things. Now, these two things, what are we gonna put as configured, right? So, classic, expensive, female, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's his male though. So there's 8. So there's 8 of each machine here. So we really just need like 1 of each out of this, is what I'm seeing. So we could just go. We can say classic, expensive, male, classic, expensive, female. There we go. And then everything will flow in, and these guys will output to the pallet shelves that are there. We'll just get some of these extra conveyors out of here. That's fine. Move those over there. Just get them out of the way. And this whole factory is done. Now, could I put more here? Yeah. I mean, I could. I could fit more here. But I think having storage is going to be a good thing. You guys can kind of see that storage is a little lacking in this area. And I feel like having more storage here for these guys to work with is a good idea, at least close by. So we're going to put a couple more storages right there, a couple more pallet shelves and stuff there. I might put another one like right there. So these guys can unload and do everything they need a lot quicker there. So there we go. That's going to be my factory for this. And then as soon as I get all this extra stuff out of here, I'll go ahead and upload this to the workshop, because it's a little messy, but it does the job, and the ratios are correct, and it does the job well. So we're going to change all of the classic cheap male stuff to expensive male, or classic expensive male. So classic expensive male will be here, and then we'll do the same thing with all of these things. And I would love to be able to just select multiple racks. Would be great at a time. Wouldn't that be great if we could just do that? We could just select multiple racks at a time. Boy, wouldn't that be sweet. yada, 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 like this. Okay, so everything is now switched to modern expensive male, classic expensive male, classic expensive female, modern expensive female. All of the expensive clothes are now in place of where the cheap stuff used to be. Yes, prices have gone up. Speaking of which, we should probably raise the prices. So let's go over to priorities and inventory pricing. And you can see the default prices of where everything starts here. We need to change that. So let's see what they're currently selling for. They're not selling at all for anything. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm allowed to charge here for any of these things because nobody's selling them. So what do we sell them for? I don't know. Let's try 212. Let's go 210 on all of them. See if anybody buys these for 210. I don't know what the prices are. Maybe we should take a look at the market here. Let's go. So Lower Manhattan is probably going to give us what we're currently charging. So let's go based on Midtown. So Midtown, modern expensive female is going for 213. Hey, I got it pretty close there. Expensive male is 213, 205. Okay, yeah, 205. So we're right around there. I think Midtown's supposed to be a little bit more expensive. So why don't we adjust prices just a little bit? Because I think I can get more volume if I do that. And we can adjust these prices down to, let's say, 200. 200. So we'll put all of our expensive clothing at $200 here in this town. And we'll see how many people actually buy it. Now, obviously, there's nothing in stock. There are some things in stock, but not as much as we'd like in stock is in stock. But that's okay because it is 12:30 a.m. and shipping from our logistics happens at 2. So if we take a look at our logistics manager, he has set to deliver 800 of everything into priorities every night. And I think I might up that to 1,000 just to make sure that they have enough in stock here. So we'll go ahead and do that. So at 2 o'clock, all these things go away. All right. And then tomorrow we can see if we can sell a whole bunch of those clothes. Yeah. All right. I think that's it for now. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and zoom it ahead a little bit to 2 o'clock so we can get that delivery. There we go. All those things go away. And I guess we could check it out. Why not? Let's go check it out. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no scroll button. No more alerts. Sweet. 1.2 million in the bank. No more alerts. And the primary thing that we're making money out of in this store should be clothing. And if it's not, then it's jewelry, which we're already making. But the point is that the majority of the profit in this store is made by selling things that we are making ourselves. We do not depend on the imports. Now, currently, speaking of depending on imports, we do depend on imports for cheap jewelry. And Bluestone Imports has told us yesterday when it tried to import that they're not able to give us as much cheap jewelry as we want. There's just not enough available. So there is definitely a shortage of cheap jewelry. So the next factory we're going to make, of course, is a cheap jewelry factory. And I would like to just basically copy the design that I've already made. I think that's a fine design. I just stepped out in front of that car. I gave no shits whatsoever about my own safety there. Let's go all the way over to our house and just take a quick little rest here. We're very rested because we've been using park benches and stuff to, move the time around. But I need a little bit more cash. So I need $5.9 million basically to create my jewelry warehouse. And then I need to rent a warehouse that is the same layout, the same size and everything as my expensive jewelry factory. Now, I could get a bigger one because I know that the volume for cheap jewelry is better. So I could do that, but that requires a custom designed factory again. And it might be okay because there's a chance, it's probably low, but there's a chance the ratios are different. I think probably the production time on those is different. And so maybe the exact same design would actually kick out more. It's possible. I want to investigate that is basically what I'm saying is I want to investigate that. So I'm just going to skip through this entire day. Maybe we don't waste the day entirely though. Maybe we play some video games instead, help our happiness a little bit too. Don't want to waste the day. And I don't think playing video games is a waste of my day at all. What do you think? I don't think so. Nope. There we go. And then we'll get ourselves to a respectable hour where we can actually be productive today. Everything's back in stock, and we should also be able to see just how much money we made from those sales, or whether or not we are actually selling them at all. So priorities is down here. We didn't do very well yesterday. Pricing is bad. So they don't like how much we're selling these things for. I see. Okay, we'll come down to 190 and see if that helps pricing at all for those clothes, because like that's going to hit our sales hard, right? People are not going to want to buy. They hate the price, right? So that's driving down profits. Like it's crazy bad. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that the prices are appropriate. 190 is where we're going to settle now, and we'll see whether or not they receive those better. So now that we got the factory done, I've added a couple of like a couch and a water cooler and things like that to the factory, just so that, you know, a wide range of employees will have their needs met. In the meantime, you can see more. You can get the factory yourself on the Steam Workshop. It's linked in the description of the video. I've also had a few people tell me that my previous factory isn't working for them, and it likely has to do with the fact that I have like 5,000 metal bands for the jewelry already brought in, and so that's probably why it's still working for me, because I have no issues with that factory right now. But a lot of people are reporting that it does have a problem, that it's not working. And it's probably because those two metal workers, the metal ring workers, metal band workers, whatever, they're trapped in those belts. So I have redesigned that factory by adding an additional output station. I had to add an extra output station and an extra employee, but I've redesigned it so that none of those people are trapped, and so you shouldn't have any problems with it now. That doesn't help people who already imported it because you already paid for it, but anyone new who comes in and gets the factory now, that should be fixed. In the meantime, if you already brought it in and you're having a problem with it, that's how you fix it. Open it up, add your own output station, or add another output station so that nobody is trapped. Both of the links for the factories I've built so far are in the description. In the meantime, we have lots of clothes flowing, right? I mean, we've got a lot of it. If I click this and go to inventory, I mean, we got a lot. I got a lot of cheap fabric too. I wanted to make a cheap clothing factory too. I am going to do that. I'm probably going to do most of the work off camera. You guys have seen enough factories. I get it. I will be bringing you back in for factories, though, in the future when we do phones and smartwatches, because those things are very complicated. It's probably the most complicated factory workflow is, because there's a lot of different stuff input, right? There's a lot of different materials that have to come together. So we will build those factories together, but we're going to take a little bit of a break from factories for the next few videos, because we kind of I don't know. I feel like we got to keep it fresh, right? We can't just do factories every single day. So we're going to open up a bunch of new businesses now, centered around getting some clothing out the door so we can make some more money on the new factories we already built. And then I am going to be getting a cheap jewelry factory as well. I'm going to be getting that going as well, because the imports, where is it? Right here. They have been quite bad. Where is it? Bluestone. They've been quite bad. I'm just not able to get enough to go through the entire week, although we did get pretty close this last time, so maybe it's going to be solved. But I would like to have a little bit of resilience here. If nothing else, just being able to produce like 1/3 of what I need is going to really help my imports, because I am taking these in, you know, up to 6,000 a week, and I am spending $94 each for them. So I'd very much like to not spend $250,000 on the cheap jewelry imports as well too. So we're going to be getting that set up. I'm just going to be using the template probably that I have there. I've been tweaking it, but it is a different ratio most likely. So I might have to design that. If I do design that, since you guys have already seen the jewelry factory, I'll bring you in and say, look what I made, and here's the jewelry factory. And of course I'll share that on the workshop as well. Okay. I've gone through all of that. So now we want to make a clothing store would be good too. I want to get in on Ingrid's business here, I think too. One of the main reasons why I was excited about that is because Ingrid, her big winner here is just jeans, and I'm thinking just shirts. I think I'm going to come in with just shirts, because let's be real, we've seen the clothes we're making. They are just shirts, right? They are there. So just jeans is in here. Let's take a look really quick at the garment district. And we'll go ahead and isolate that with the green highlight. There we go. So we can see all the different buildings that are there and available at the moment. None of them are particularly impressive. None of the buildings that are available are any good size. However, I have in the past picked off a few extra ones, right? I've taken them. I am currently renting them so that I can open up these stores whenever I want. And that's what I want to do now. So this one's 30 and 40. I think this one here is 30 and 50. That seems like a pretty good one. 30 and 50. 30, 39. I'm probably not going to get any better than that, but do I really want the clothing store to be that one? I mean, I'm generating a lot. Yeah, I guess we could. We could say 30, 30, 50 right here. I think it's nearby her jeans store, isn't it? Where's the clothing stores? Clothing stores. Where is her just jeans? There's that. That's not hers, though. Oh, down here. Just jeans? Nope, that's not the right one right here. Okay, so her just jeans. Her two in the garment district are right here. Yeah. Okay, so hers are big stores. Yeah, 75s. I'm not going to be able to compete with her volume. And then this store is $5 million. I could just wait and buy this. That would absolutely crush her. But it's also very expensive. What I'd rather do is open up my own clothing store, undercut all of her prices, reduce the value of her store, and then buy her store. That sounds like a good way to go about it. If there are any buildings for rent that are bigger, though, and there just isn't. So I guess this is the best bet for now. So we're going to open this one. We're going to call this one Just Shirts, I think is a good one here. Let's go clothing store right here. This is going to be Just Shirts. There. And then Just Shirts will be, of course, where we send... Oh. Did I mess this up? There's margaritas and stuff in here. What? Martinis, bars. Wait. Was this? Hold on a second. I think this was one of my competitors' buildings that I bought, and then I gutted the business and kept the building, right? And so when I did that, it kept everything on the inside exactly as it was, which means it's like a liquor store sort of thing, right? So was this Dad's liquor store? Is that how this is? Is that why I bought? Is that what I bought? I think it is. I might need to have this be a liquor store just because it's already set up that way, and then have just shirts be something else. Let's see. Yeah, like this is built already, you know? I'd like it to... I can't. Oh, I can. Good. This is built out already. I mean, yeah, we could do something different because it's really doesn't need to be a nightclub. This is kind of a waste to have this be a nightclub, if I'm being honest. Yeah. This is a waste. Here's what we're going to do instead. I'm going to go into the blueprint tool, the new blueprint maker tool, if you will, in the game. It's in the main menu and everything. I'm gonna make a blueprint of the store I want this to be, clothing store. Actually, using blueprints that already exist is kind of more fun than making my own. Sometimes it just can be. So we have a couple of different ones here. These two here. This one goes to a building size C2. Looks pretty good. Actually, I subscribed to it twice for some reason. Not sure how that happened. And then I have another clothing store. Let's isolate this. So another clothing store here that works with a C1. And we're going to use this. So let's just get this one off my library. I don't need that one. So we're going to go clothing store. Ooh, it did it twice anyway. Weird. Okay. That's actually peculiar. We're going to put this in there. So this is the other clothing store I was looking at. I want to add this to my library. This is a C2. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a real quick phone call to Bahood. It's equipment, right? Yes. And we're going to say, hi, how are you? Yes, it's great. Good to see you. Good to hear from you again. So listen, we have Just Shirts here, and I'd really like you to make this that clothing store. It's $255,000. Go ahead and do that. Yes, and it will sell all of the existing stuff. So we'll get paid for all of this stuff, and that is fine. And then the next thing we're going to do, I'm not sure they'll do this, like do two different stores in the same time, man, but maybe they will. So we want to come over to Industry City. Got a lot of buildings here available, like so many buildings available. And I've rented a whole bunch of them. Some very good locations I've rented out. This one's pretty good. It's on the corner store. The traffic score is a little low, though. And actually, expensive clothing is in pretty high demand here. So wanted to get some of that going, too. I think we'll probably take this location right here. And we'll go over to the clothing store. We're going to call this one Just Shirts as well. So this is... This is just also, you know, I can't do the same name. Let's call this Industry Threads. industry threads. I think we'll try that instead. So we've got that, and then all I'm going to do then is, again, go to this one here, make a call. I want a new order. Can I do multiples? That'd be cool if I could do that. Let's say industry threads. There it is. Same day. Can you do that? I don't know. C. Is this the same? Is this also a C1? It must be, right? Because these are available for C1. So I guess it's the same exact store. Ooh. Do I want the same store design? I think I'm going to change the name after they do it, of course. I'm going to change the name. Yeah, you can sell everything there. That's great. And that way we're going to open up a clothing store in 2 different markets at the same time, man. And that's great. We're going to have a whole bunch more stuff that we can sell because of that. I don't believe we're going to need any additional logistics for that. Logistics managers are good. He's got up to 16 destinations. We're only using 11 of them, so that's great. We're going to add a destination. We're going to get you to industry threads. Add another destination. Get you to just, where is it? Just shirts. There it is. And so we can get all of these things in stock too. For the amount of stuff you're going to be selling, I'm not really sure. We'll go 800 in each of these. Not the cheap stuff, though. We're going to only sell expensive stuff for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then make sure we have 2,000 bags in stock there as well. And that will happen. I'm not sure if that can happen today because of I don't know what time they're going to install the stuff. I think this can happen after the installation, but I don't know. And then the same thing again, expensive, 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 expensive. With, you can see there's lots of extra stuff in there. That's fine. We're going to go 2,000 there as well. So both of those things will just be set up, provided, of course, we are headhunting customer service people. We may not be. So real quick, yeah, all the customer service people we have available are all job boards. So real quick, let's go over. I had them looking for lawyers. They probably don't need to do that anymore. Do I have lawyers in there now? Because I had that lawyer quit. I didn't give him his executive desk in time, so he quit. And I wanted to... are you here? Come on. There it is. A whole bunch of lawyers in there. Okay. So let's go back over to Headhunter. Yeah, lawyer. We're going to keep looking for factory workers. I think that's still a good thing. And I think we'll make sure that you don't have any of these things. Yeah, we're going to keep the clothing store open like this. No 4 days a week. No weekends. Everything else is fine with me. That's cool. And I might look for another agent. I might look for another headhunter too. We'll see. But it's all good. And then I needed to hire one more lawyer, actually. So go real quick to primary skill. And I have printer already in there. So let's do that. We are the law. You're hired. And then I need to go back over to we are the law. Oh, so many businesses here. So many businesses. We are the law. Schedule, reschedule, go. That should take care of it. Nope. I need one more. Looks like I'm going to need one more. Let's just do it right now. Primary skill, lawyer, 100%. Peaceful work environment. Yeah, that's good. Go ahead and hire and go back to where it is again. Schedule. Is it? Yep, it is. Go ahead. Schedule it again. I must have had 2 lawyers quit for some reason, but there it is. Apparently, I have more lawyers quit than I thought I did. So, and actually, if I really want to compete with Ingrid in her own territory like this with clothing, I think I need 2 locations because her store is really big. So we're going to go ahead and open it up in this one too. We can come over here. We're going to say clothing store. This one is also just shirts. We already have it just shirts. Let's do just shoes. I don't know. Just trying to like pick all that other stuff. Now, again, this is another business where we already had something here. Looks like it's a food place, pizza shop, etc. And it's actually already set up for food, which is interesting. But the clothing store is going to make us more money, so we're going to do the same thing here. This is just shoes. Going to go over to Bahood, new order. We're going to say now to go to just shoes. Select that on the same day as well. And this is also a C1. Indeed it is. So go ahead and confirm that. Yes. And now everybody is getting a shoes. We're getting 3 clothing stores done on the same day. It's going to be great. I am going to go to my apartment now. Yes, I've done much work today. Where in the world did it go? my apartment. Oh, it's right there. I got the clothing stores highlighting now right now, so it's there we go. Turn those off. They're kind of the same color as that. Yeah, I need to turn down. I'm not even remotely close to the same street that I should need to be on, but we're just gonna go to my apartment, sleep, have all the stores populate, and I suppose I probably should set up logistics to do the same thing here too. So let's come down. We have just shirts, add another destination. This is now going to be just shoes. There we go. Same thing here. It's not really just shoes, is it? This is gonna be luxury shoes, I guess. Yeah. We'll say we want 800 in here as well. And classic expensive male 800, 800, 800, 800 with 2,000 on the bags. There we go. Okay. So logistics wise, they're all set up. I guess the one thing I do need to do though is I need to go to Pryor Clothing Co. and I need to up the amount going over there. So we're gonna up this to 3,000 now. And this is what's being sent to the main warehouse. Now, of course, I'm not making that many per day, but it's probably pretty close to what... I mean, we're not going to sell as many as we make, right? That's the important thing. Even if we don't get everything in stock on day 1, we'll have everything in stock on day 2. And if somehow we didn't, then we'll definitely have it on day 3 because we are making way more than we're going to be selling, at least initially. And that's kind of why I've built up an inventory sitting around waiting to be deployed. I mean, I have over 5,700 modern expensive female clothing just sitting in the factory warehouse, not even the main warehouse where everything gets distributed to my stores. So there's a lot there. It is going to take a little bit of time to get the classic stuff built up, but the classic stuff we've already shipped a bunch here too. We've shipped a lot. So if you wanted to see our actual inventory on what the stores can currently receive, this is not even using the second warehouse yet. Warehouse 1, if we take a look at that, we can go to... Let's order it by product name. So this is what's in stock currently. There's plenty. All right. And then the limits, right? 2,000 limits. So there's plenty there. And I think we'll open 3 clothing stores, just bang. And then we'll have them staffed right away. And then boom, they just start selling the same day. All of them open up at once. We have the garment district does not have high demand, by the way. The garment district does not have very high demand in luxury clothing because Ingrid owns that market. So we're not going to be able to make a lot of money with expensive clothing in the garment district, which is why we're also opening it in Industry City. That one will do much better. There's nobody selling luxury clothes in Industry City, so we can definitely get good margins there as well. So let's just go ahead and sleep really quick. I think we'll go up to, let's say 7:42 a.m., I suppose. Friday. Now we made over $1 million in a day. Yay! And she's done, or he or she is done making all my stores. I think. Let's see. Vincent's good. Yeah, there. Houston. Okay, cool. Hi. Can I have this? Yes. So all done. All the stores are done. Perfect. So if I come back over to logistics, did we deliver that? Did we get them in stock? So here's just shoes, and this is the warehouse stock. I don't know if we actually delivered it to the store. So let's actually come back over. We'll just click one of the new stores, just shoes, for example, and we'll say inventory. So stock count. Okay, so they're in the 80s. There's a little bit of stock here, but now we can at least see the pricing and we can adjust accordingly. Interesting that just shoes has expensive jewelry as well. I did not know that. So that C1 design, that's actually great. That C1 design also sells jewelry in the same store. Industry threads, inventory. Yeah, they're going to sell jewelry in the same place. That's fantastic. All right, so 1950 is the going rate there. Why don't we just go 1950? That's fine. We'll just meet it. No problem. These are clothing stores, so we're trying to get that. There is spacing for cheap stuff. We can have all that stuff brought over. We can still import that stuff. That's fine. We're going to be able to sell it. The important thing, though, is that we're selling the expensive stuff for the price it's needing to be sold for. So we're going to go in 190, 196 there is fine. For the classic expensive stuff, it's down to 188. We'll go 188. That's fine. 188 is here. Good. That's actually more expensive than we're selling it in Lower Manhattan right now. This is Industry City, though, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense then. When I'm trying to figure out why the price is so high in Garment District, it's not. All right, so modern expensive male, we're at 196. Let's do that. And then same thing here. This is the cheap stuff. Yeah, 71. 71 is a fine price. 71 is a fine price. Let's do 68 here because we can. Let's do 68 here because we can. And this is cheap jewelry. Well, yeah, put it at 199. That's okay. I don't want to match. I got to match with my own pricing, right? Because I sell jewelry in Industry City too. So I don't want to go lower than this price because my other store is selling it for this too. Okay, so now we go to Garment District. And we got just shirts here. Let's make sure our pricing is good here. So we want to adjust here. Let's go 156. You guys saw how I did that. I'm going to match all the pricing here. And I'm also going to make sure that logistics is delivering jewelry to these locations too, as well as the cheap clothing. The cheap clothing needs to go to the Garment District. I don't necessarily need it in Industry, but I'm going to send it everywhere anyway. And then we can begin to import it. I am going to have a factory that manufactures some of it too, just so I don't have to rely on imports. It will eventually pay for itself. It just takes a lot longer to do so, but then I won't be as dependent on imports, which is nice. Let me set all my pricing and I'll be right back. Okay, I let it run to Saturday just so I can get everything in stock just the way it needs to be. We're only missing some expensive jewelry, I guess, in just shoes. I guess there's the new clothing stores are missing the expensive jewelry, so we'll need to look into that. But other than that, we're pretty much ready to go. So I want to go ahead and really quick go to look at my customer service candidates. And we're going to see headhunting. Headhunting is great here. We're going to get everybody hired. And I'm going to look at, the different traits and stuff that they want. We're going to get everybody hired in there as well as cleaning people, which I probably should just hire them off the job board. I mean, it'd be better not to, but as long as they're full time, they'll eventually be good. So we'll go like this. For you, you're full-time cleaning. We'll get you for just shirts. You're hired. 13%'s not great, but we'll get that going too. In Industry Threads, probably going to want to hire another cleaner at that point for that, but that's okay. And then again, we'll get all the good customer service people for these different jobs. Okay, so I did the schedule and I missed. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Executive office desk in Pryor Conviction. So somebody's offering them. I need to go bring a desk to them. That's fine. We'll take care of that. I don't want to lose people. I did all the schedules for the clothing stores and stuff, but I don't have security people. That's something I just don't have in the list. I've got one security guard part-time from a job board. So I had the headhunter on it. The issue really is that headhunters don't work on the weekends, and it's Saturday now, so I'm not going to have everybody. So we're just going to go, again, I'm just going to kind of cheat. Not really cheat. I'm just going to sort of waste away my day here really quick. Get going to the next place here. We're going to go to Sunday, and then I'm also going to go ahead and really quickly call for my investments right here too. So Van Tander, we're going to make sure that we send, let's go with... we'll go 4.5 million in the investments just to kind of keep that a little bit lower. And then we're going to go into Monday here so that we can, I'm just going to do this. We need to go into Monday so that the headhunters can find these people, security, and then I can just turn the stores on and let it loose, and that'll be fine. All right, there we go. 4 shipments arrived. We have everything in stock now, and we should be able to have all of these things go away. All the clothing, all the things, everything should just go away as soon as we get these stores open with some people. And I might have them now because it's in the middle of the day. There we go. So security guards, no night times. That's fine. We're going to have you. I need 4 security guards actually for each store. Yeah. So we're going to say no night shifts is good. Nancy. Okay. You guys are going to go towards Industry Threads. There you go. The silver, bronze is fine. No night shifts is fine. That's good. No golds, please. No night shifts is good. And clean work environment. You guys are going to go to the just shirts. Thank you. And then the final thing is clean work environment. Silver. Kind of running low on things, aren't I here? I can wait a little longer. I can wait a little longer here. I can open up the 2 stores. Let's just open up the 2 stores. So we have, what was it? Just shirts? Did I send you to just shirts? Is that what I did? Yeah. So these guys are in. Everything's good. We can go ahead and turn that on. They have perfect security now. And then we need to go over to industry name, please. Wow. Industry threads. There it is. Reschedule industry threads. There we are. And we can go ahead and unlock that at 94. Okay. They can start selling things now, and that's going to be important. We're going to let this go a few more hours and see if our guys can find anybody there. There we go. And let's go security guards. Here we are. And we want no night shifts is good. Clean work environment is good. No nights is fine. We need one more. Bronze is fine. Okay. You guys are going to just shoes. Just shoes. There you go. Come back over. Find just shoes. Just shoes. Schedule. Reschedule. And good. Go ahead and unlock. And now we are selling all that stuff. And then the only thing I guess we really need at this point now is we need to progress the day so that everything can be in stock in these places. Really quick check at my logistics just to make sure I've got this set correctly. So I got all these open here. So we don't have anything in stock. No classic expensive male or female stuff is in stock. That's why it's not being delivered. Same thing with the jewelry expensive not being delivered. Interesting. Let's take a look really quick here. So if I go into my warehouse, come on now, inventory. Wait, what? There's, huh? Oh, wait, did I not get that delivered? Wait, did I not get fabrics and stuff delivered? Jewelry cheap wasn't delivered. Maritime freight line. This is 232. No, this is not today. There's no alerts for this. I should have gotten that delivered. Purchasing agents? What's up? Expensive? You didn't add any. Son of a bitch. Ow! Ow! The stupid button wasn't pressed. Oh my god, I hate that. It strikes again. It strikes again. All right, well, in the next week, I'm not paying double. That's an extra $1 million for no reason. In the next week, we will have all these stores running really, really well. I'm going to let this go another week, I think, just to really make that happen. I'll see you guys in the next video where I will find another way to screw up. See ya. Bye-bye.